You might think you are doing everything right for your bones. You take every calcium pill on the market, drink fortified milk every single day, maybe even go to the gym religiously. But here's the shocking truth. If you're over 50, you could still be losing bone density faster than you realize. Fractures, brittle bones, painful joints, they don't always announce themselves until it's too late. And here's the part most people don't know. Everything you've been told about keeping your bones strong, it's mostly wrong. Calcium alone isn't the answer. Vitamin D isn't enough. In fact, some of the supplements you rely on could be doing almost nothing at all for your bone health. But don't worry, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal the hidden nutrients and simple strategies your body is screaming for. The ones that actually rebuild bone and protect you from fractures. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do and exactly what to stop wasting money on. As we age, our bones change in ways most people never notice until it's too late. After 50, bone loss accelerates, sometimes silently, until a small stumble or a minor fall turns into a fracture. Millions of adults over 50 are doing everything right, taking calcium and vitamin D supplements, drinking fortified milk, even exercising regularly. Yet their bones continue to weaken. Why does this happen? Why do so many people spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and still see their bone density decline? The truth is, most of the advice we've been sold about bone health is incomplete, and sometimes even misleading. Bones aren't just calcium, they're living, dynamic tissue, and they need the right signals, nutrients, and timing to stay strong. Without these, all the supplements in the world won't give you the protection you think they do. Take Margaret, for example. She's a 62-year-old retired teacher who came to me frustrated and worried. She had been religiously taking her calcium pills and vitamin D, convinced she was doing everything to prevent bone loss. Yet her latest bone scan told a different story. Her bones were still thinning. She wondered, "I've been following all the rules. Why isn't it working?" By the end of this video, you'll see exactly why traditional advice fails so many adults over 50. You'll understand which nutrients actually rebuild bone, how timing can make or break their effectiveness, and how small, simple adjustments in your routine can protect you from fractures without wasting another penny on supplements that don't work. This isn't just theory. These are strategies that have transformed the lives of dozens of my patients, Margaret included. Let's start with the problem. Most adults over 50 assume that popping a calcium pill is the ultimate fix. Everywhere you look, the message is the same. Calcium for strong bones. Vitamin D protects against fractures. It feels simple, doesn't it? Take your pills, maybe drink your fortified milk, and you should be protected. For a while it seems logical, but the reality is far harsher. Taking supplements alone won't stop bone loss if other crucial factors are missing. Bone density naturally declines with age. Women can lose up to 20% of their bone mass in the first 5 to 7 years after menopause. Men experience a slower, steady decline starting around 50. And here's the kicker. Even with calcium and vitamin D, studies show that fracture rates haven't dropped nearly as much as we expected. You've been told, take calcium, exercise a little, and you're safe. But bones aren't that simple. They're living tissue, constantly breaking down and rebuilding. And after 50, the breakdown starts outpacing the rebuild. Take Margaret, for example. She faithfully took 1,200 milligrams of calcium every day and made sure she got her vitamin D, religiously following every guideline she could find. She thought she was doing everything right. Yet, when her latest bone scan came back, it showed continued thinning in her spine. That's when she reached out, and that's when the myth became painfully clear. Your bones need more than calcium. They need the right combination of nutrients, proper timing, and supportive lifestyle habits to actually rebuild and stay strong. Here's another myth-busting fact that most people don't know. Not all calcium supplements are created equal. Calcium citrate, calcium carbonate. They're absorbed differently, and absorption is influenced by timing and the presence of other key nutrients like magnesium and vitamin K2. Take it wrong, and much of that calcium never reaches your bones. Worse, it can sit in your digestive system or even start to accumulate in your arteries, silently increasing health risks instead of protecting your bones. And it's not just about supplements, lifestyle habits, certain medications, And even hidden dietary imbalances can sabotage bone health, no matter how much calcium you take. The problem isn't just what you're doing wrong, it's what you don't know you're missing. And unfortunately, millions of adults over 50 are falling into this trap every single day. So what's really happening? Why aren't your calcium and vitamin D supplements giving you the results you've been promised? The hidden truth lies in how bones are actually built. Bones aren't static, they're living tissue, constantly breaking down and rebuilding. After 50, this process shifts. The balance tilts. Breakdown begins to outpace formation, leaving your bones weaker over time. Simply adding more calcium won't correct this underlying imbalance. It's like trying to fill a leaking bucket by pouring in more water without patching the holes. Recent studies show that magnesium, vitamin K2, and collagen are just as critical, if not more so, than calcium alone. Magnesium acts like a gatekeeper, helping your body absorb calcium efficiently. Without it, calcium can't reach the bones effectively. Vitamin K2 is the traffic director for calcium, ensuring it goes where it belongs, in your bones, and not where it doesn't, like your arteries. And collagen? It's the scaffolding, the very framework that allows calcium to attach and bones to stay strong. Without these, your calcium supplement is like sending reinforcements into battle without weapons or armor. They simply can't do their job. Margaret's breakthrough came when we looked beyond the traditional advice. Her doctor had focused solely on calcium and vitamin D, overlooking magnesium, vitamin K2, and collagen. Once we added these missing pieces, along with a few simple dietary adjustments, like more leafy greens, nuts, and collagen-rich foods, Margaret began noticing changes almost immediately. Her joint pain eased, her grip strength improved, and most importantly, her bone density scans showed real improvement within months. She finally felt like her bones were getting the support they'd been missing for years. Here's the tension. Millions of adults are spending hundreds of dollars on supplements that offer minimal benefit, while the nutrients that truly rebuild bones are ignored. And this isn't about buying the newest trendy powder or expensive miracle formula. It's about understanding the body's real needs and giving it exactly what it's asking for. Once you get this right, your bones don't just stop weakening, they can start to recover, even after 50. The problem isn't ignorance, it's misinformation. For decades, we've been sold a simplified version of bone health, and it's left countless adults over 50 vulnerable. But now that you know the truth, you have the power to make changes that actually work. And in the next section, I'm going to show you the exact steps, supplements, and routines that transform weak, fragile bones into strong, resilient ones. Now let's talk solutions. After decades of following incomplete advice, there are 3 game changers most adults over 50 are completely missing. The first, and perhaps most critical, is magnesium. Magnesium is essential for bone formation because it regulates calcium absorption. Without enough magnesium, calcium can't even make its way into your bones. It's like trying to pour water into a pipe that's clogged. I recommend magnesium glycinate, taken at night before bed, when your body is primed for repair. One common mistake people make is taking magnesium at the same time as calcium. They actually compete for absorption, reducing the effectiveness of both. When Margaret switched to this timing, she noticed a difference within weeks. Her joints felt less stiff, her energy improved, and she even slept better. The second essential nutrient is vitamin K2. Think of K2 as the traffic director for calcium. It ensures calcium reaches your bones, instead of ending up in arteries or soft tissues, where it can cause problems instead of benefits. The best form is MK7, and it works best when taken with meals that contain healthy fats, like avocado or olive oil. Most people never even hear about K2. They think calcium and vitamin D are enough. But without K2, much of that calcium never gets to the places it's supposed to. The third, often overlooked factor is collagen. Bones are made of protein as much as they are made of minerals, and collagen provides the scaffolding that allows calcium to attach and strengthen bone. Recent studies show that supplementing with hydrolyzed collagen daily can improve bone density and reduce fracture risk. Margaret began taking a collagen supplement each morning with her coffee, and combined with light resistance exercises, her bone scans began showing real improvement. Even her doctor was impressed at how quickly she responded once these missing pieces were added. Taken together, magnesium, vitamin K2, and collagen can completely change how your bones respond, even after 50. But here's the key. Timing, proper form, and correct combination matter far more than most people realize. Miss one step, and the results are dramatically reduced. Get it right, however, and your bones can start rebuilding, strengthening, and supporting your body in ways you might have thought were impossible after middle age. Now, let's talk about what to avoid, because knowing what not to do can be just as important as knowing what to do. First, don't fall into the trap of thinking more is always better. Overloading on calcium without balancing it with magnesium and vitamin K2 can backfire. Too much calcium alone doesn't automatically strengthen bones. It can increase the risk of kidney stones and even cause calcium deposits in your arteries, silently raising your cardiovascular risk. This is exactly what happens to many adults who think they're doing everything right. Second, pay attention to timing. Calcium and magnesium compete for absorption. Taking them together can cancel out much of the benefit of both. The correct timing, calcium during the day with meals, magnesium at night, makes a huge difference in how your body actually uses these minerals. Small tweaks like this can dramatically improve results, but most people never hear about it. Third, watch your diet closely. Processed foods high in phosphorus, soda, packaged snacks, certain processed meats, pull calcium from your bones, accelerating bone loss. Even one soda a day or a few processed snacks can undo weeks of careful supplementation. It's the hidden sabotage most people don't realize is happening right under their noses. This is where most adults go wrong. They rely on supplements alone, ignore dietary pitfalls, and miss critical nutrients. But here's the good news. Just a few small changes. Spacing your supplements correctly, pairing the right nutrients together, and avoiding bone-draining foods can make a massive difference over time. These adjustments aren't difficult, but they are often overlooked, and that's why bone health continues to decline despite your best efforts. To recap, the biggest lessons are crystal clear. First, calcium alone isn't enough. It can't do the job without the right supporting nutrients. Second, magnesium, vitamin K2, and collagen are absolutely essential for building and maintaining strong bones. Third, timing and combination matter far more than most people realize. And fourth, avoiding foods and habits that actively weaken your bones, like processed snacks, soda, and poor supplement timing, can make a bigger difference than any pill on the market. These may seem like small adjustments, but when done correctly, they turn a supplement routine from largely ineffective to truly transformative. Here's a bonus tip that most people overlook. Add light resistance training 2 to 3 times a week. Even simple exercises, like squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band routines, can dramatically improve bone density when combined with the right nutrients. Margaret started with just 10-15 minutes a day, and over a few months, she noticed her posture improved. Her balance was steadier, and her confidence soared, knowing she was actively protecting her bones. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these supplements have you been taking incorrectly or completely overlooking? Share your experience in the comments below. I read every single comment and often respond with practical tips that are tailored to your specific routine. Your insight could also help someone else who's struggling silently with weak bones. And don't miss our next video, where we'll reveal a surprising, bone-boosting breakfast that most adults over 50 eat every day, without realizing it's actually accelerating bone loss. I'll show you how to transform that simple meal into a secret weapon for stronger, healthier bones, starting tomorrow. Remember, protecting your bones isn't about blindly following the latest supplement trend. It's about understanding how your body actually works and giving it exactly what it needs. Make the right changes today, and your bones will thank you for decades to come.